What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mag. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. And today brings some massive news in the progress forward for Newcastle United, as the news is being broke from Sky Sports. Craig Hope's getting in on this as well. So a lot of respectable journalists and a lot of respectable media outlets as well talking about this. And it is Newcastle United on the verge of potentially getting our first front of shirt sponsor. Now, we're in advanced talks with a Saudi events company called SELA, who of course deal with loads of events over in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. Of course, they were the people who were involved in the Dubai season event as well in Saudi Arabia, when of course Newcastle went over there and we took part in the Dubai Season Cup, of course, winning it against Al Hilal. They were the guys who were involved behind the scenes organising that event, and they organised a lot of other events in the Middle East as well. They've had 15 million people at one event, which shows you, what these people are, how credible these people are and how credible this company is as well. And it's a deal worth 30 million. Now, that compared to the other teams, in the sponsorship for the front of shirt sponsors, that falls right within the range of the fair market value that the Premier League has said that you have to be within, of course, and that falls right within it because it's not inside the top six market value. It's outside of that top six market value, but it is better than the rest of the teams outside of the top six, so it's at least 20 million better than the highest of the teams outside that top six bracket for market value on front shirt sponsors. So that is massive news for us moving forward, because that means that we are already getting sponsorship deals that are better than the rest outside of that, bracket of Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, outside of that bracket. So that is absolutely massive. That's a massive step forward when you compare it to the deal that we were on under Fun 88. Of course, that Fun 88 deal comes to an end at the end of this season, and that is because of, like we've said on the channel many times before, because of the gambling issues that the Premier League don't want gambling companies on the front of shirts anymore. And I can see why, because this means that the players, will wear the same sponsorship on the front of their shirts that the kids will get to have on the front of their shirts. So all these little girls and boys, growing up, watching their team play out there, watching their idols play on the field, will get to wear the exact same kit that their idols are wearing on the pitch. They don't have to go out there and have a kit that doesn't have a sponsor across the front of it, like many of our Newcastle United young fans have had to do, of course, over the years, because of having, Wonga on the front of the shirts or having Funny 88 on the front of the shirts. Now, if we get this deal over the line from SELA, they can have them on the front of the shirts, going into the next season. And it's a massive deal for us, because this really does boost our FFP going forward. And of course, the fact that we are now in Champions League football as well adds to that money that goes into the FFP. So it allows for us in the summer window ahead, to go out there and invest heavily in the squad, get in the players that we need to show up areas in the team, improve certain areas in the team as well, so that we can, attack that next season head on, so that we can go into next season with the aspirations of having a fantastic season next season, going for hopefully, to have another finish like we've had this season. If we're talking, this time next season, we're in third in the Premier League yet again. We've had a very good run in the Cups. We've had a good run in the Champions League. That'll be an absolutely massive season, because it's progress. It means that we've once again finished inside the top four. We've had a fantastic season once again, and that is the whole aim, moving forward, progressing slowly, not trying to run before we can walk, We've seen that happen with many teams. Chelsea's tried to do it this season and they've failed. Everton tried to do it and they failed. Man City tried to do it in the early years of their takeover and they failed. Chelsea even tried to do it in the early years of their takeover and failed. So we need to learn from all the mistakes that them teams have done and attack this in the right way possible. Now, I've got the utmost confidence that, Dan Ashworth will be already at work looking at the players that we need to be bringing in. Eddie Howe will be at work, thinking about that game against Chelsea as well, because we do need to finish this season off in style. If we can get the win down at Stamford Bridge, of course, against Chelsea, and see out this season in style, then we can finish in third place in the league. If not, then we'll finish fourth place. But either way, we have finished in Champions League football. And the main focus now is looking at, of course, that next season, attacking it in the right way possible, going into that with the utmost confidence that we can come away with another fantastic achievement like we have this season. And SELA, being on the front of the shirts will be a massive boost, because we need to tap into that Saudi Arabian market. We need to tap into that Middle Eastern market, because that is the area, where we're going to be able to benefit hugely with our club moving forward. That is a massive region where we really need to use all we can to tap in there, because if we can get the shirt sales going in the Saudi Arabian market, in the Middle Eastern market, then we are laughing moving forward for FFP, because there's so many people that live in the Middle East. And if we can tap into that market, we will be laughing in the FFP department moving forward. And of course, it will help to attract massive talents to Newcastle United. But keep an eye out on the channel, because there's going to be plenty of talk as this season comes to a close and we go into, of course, talking about the transfers, and then also focusing on next season as well. We've got a massive summer series over in the US as well to be involved in. The first time this has ever happened as well, that Premier League teams will be going over to America to have a summer series. So that is going to be an interesting one to see. I can't wait to report on them games. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to America to see them games, but I will hopefully get to see them from the comfort of my own home, and see Newcastle, hopefully win the summer series as well, which would be absolutely fantastic heading into next season. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. Till next time, remember, like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags, and let us know what your thoughts are on this company as well, SELA. Would you take them? 30 million a year on the front of the shirt for Newcastle. That is absolutely massive for us moving forward. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one, and how are the lads?